Hello, I will be talking about organizational structure, how has technology impacted education, and how has e-learning changed over the years. In some ways, education seems pretty much the same as it has been for many years. However, technology has impacted almost every aspect of our lives today, with education being no exception. Bates discusses the aspects of quality of technology-based education, but what does this mean? The content of a course must be unique or valuable material for which there is a want or a demand. The quality of the content is usually not an issue in most research universities, but it could be an issue in a small university or smaller college that have no research mandate. Media production. The graphics must be clear and well designed, screens must be easy to read, and the sound and video must be easy to hear and to see. Instructional design. The learning objects must be clear and the material must state the desired learning outcomes. In addition, there should be an appropriate mix of media to achieve the learning outcomes in the most efficient manner. Delivery and student support. The materials must be ready and delivered on time. The materials should download quickly. It should also be addressed what students should do if and when they have technology problems. One of the most profound ways that technology has changed education is that it is much more accessible than it was many decades ago. In today's society, it is possible for anyone to have a formal educational courses. Almost all, if not all, higher education institutions now offer a number of courses on an online basis. With the rapid growth in technology, it is possible to stream video classes with interactive elements, and teachers can make teaching more effective. Although online education is not new, the scale of the technology that's being applied is new and is changing frequently. What are the challenges? The challenge with e-learning in education is that we need to ensure that the technology is used to enable, make more efficient and effective teaching and learning practices. How is this done? In a collaborative environment, which is usually in pairs or in small groups, the technology is usually more effective than individual use. Technology can be powerful as a short, focused intervention to improve learning. And last, technology is best used as a supplement to normal teaching. It should not replace normal teaching. In today's classrooms, all students complete the same assignment. The only time an exception is made is when the student has special needs and accommodations are required. Unfortunately, the one-size-fits-all assignments don't take into consideration the learning styles of individual students. When flexible assignments are used, the teacher can focus more on competency than in receiving many assignments, all using the same methods. Instead of teachers assigning students to write the research paper, the teacher will now outline what skills or understanding the students must demonstrate to successfully complete the assignment. The student then has the autonomy to decide how they want to do that, whether it's recording a video, giving a presentation, or putting together a standard research paper. What is a MOOC? MOOC stands for Massive Open Online Course. MOOCs have also had an impact on education. Most of us have grown up hearing comments such as, you have to stay in school, you need to get good grades, you have to get your diploma, you need to get into college and get your degree. All of these comments seem very logical, but there's one problem. Diplomas aren't as necessary or as valuable as they used to be, and neither is a college degree. I have a 12-year-old son, and in today's society, he can sign up for Khan Academy and complete classes in a variety of academic disciplines, all for free. These free classes are designed and taught by professors at prestigious universities and distributed using MOOC. Therefore, during the time of students in high school, if they're motivated enough and take the courses, they could have mastered multiple technologies by the time they graduate from high school. And they could learn more about history, math, science, business, or history, to name a few. In particular, the MOOCs are also offered in newer educational ventures such as Coursera, Udacity, and edX. With the increasing use of technology, below are some of the most profound ways that technology has changed education so far. Increasing accessibility is now possible for anyone to take formal education courses. All institutions now offer a number of courses on an online basis. Flexibility. Because of the rise of online courses, it is now easy for anyone to learn at their own pace rather than being forced to adhere to strict timelines. Technology has also made it possible to learn or teach from anywhere as opposed to teachers and students needing to physically be in a classroom setting. Interaction between teachers and students. Teachers have had to rely on actual meetings to interact with students, and it was during the physical meetings that teachers delivered learning materials and instructions to the students. However, in today's society, the dependence on physical meetings is gone. Online tests and assessments with online classes. It is also possible for schools to test their students online. Institutions can assess the ability of the learners and determine the performance of the learner. New content. Learners can access new content easily with technology. All libraries have ebooks and journals available as resources, so students do not have to physically go to the library or to purchase books. Special needs in education. In the traditional classroom setting, it is easy to work against the interest of the student with special needs. With technology, students can learn in ways that suit their personal needs or challenges. Teachers have the option of using various technology applications to assist students with particular needs. Lifelong learning. Learning is a part of life for everyone. Workplaces have new demands, which forces employees to learn new ways of doing things. Cell phones are frequently changing, and we must learn what's new each time we upgrade our phones. Learning can be fun. Technology has changed education in many ways to the various forms of which learning content is now delivered. Teachers can now show videos, animation, and other forms of content to enhance the process of learning. Both students and teachers can also use games as a way of enhancing the process of learning and teaching. As a result, the various forms of content are now fun and more meaningful than in the past. And lastly, cost reduction. The use of technology applications has changed the manner in which processes are conducted, which leads to drastic reductions in the amount of money that is spent. Because of this, the student cost is also reduced. It doesn't matter if you teach for 20 years. Just don't teach 1 year 20 times. I found this quote online and loved it. This really does go hand in hand with online education. It changes so frequently that it's rare the same course is taught in the same way over a course of a few years. What are the influences in education? Will we need to rethink the entire model of education? Technology will have a major impact on how education in the future differs from education today. However, it will not be the only influence. Successful educators will need to rethink the entire model of education and redesign it so that it is student-centered. This could include adopting new technologies, collaborative assignments, and recognizing that educational competition is a reality. Some rationale for the impact of technology. Students work more efficiently and more effectively. Technology helps students to learn for longer and be more productive. Technology helps students gain access to learning content to both teachers and students. What about the future of e-learning? The layout of the classrooms have changed immensely over the years. Whiteboards are almost a thing of the past, where students focused on listening to a teacher deliver concepts on a whiteboard. In the next 5 to 7 years, classrooms will start seeing standing desks for students who have difficulty maintaining focus while sitting, accommodations for students who need more movement. Possibly private workstations will be available for the individual task, and group projects will have their own collaborative workspaces. We will also be replacing the interactive whiteboards with interactive projectors. Moving walls will make spaces more adaptable. One major change will be a virtual and augmented reality, which will change the educational landscape. Imagine a student opening a textbook and seeing a picture of the Earth. The student then places a pair of special glasses on, and the three-dimensional image pops out at them. Another scenario is a student walking through a museum and scans a code with their cell phone next to it. Once the code is scanned, the student can watch a video of the artist speaking about their work. There may not be field trips via school buses anymore, and instead, inexpensive virtual headsets will provide the students with what they need. What does this mean for our future of the classrooms? Finances and geography will no longer be a barrier for teachers who want to teach students about things that can only be found outside of the school building. Technology will guide and define where online education goes next. The millions of students taking online courses can have their progress tracked, logged, studied, and possibly influenced too. I believe the eventual goal is to not stream videos, but to perfect education through scientific use of data. And below is a list of the references I used for my presentation.